Family, family, family. We're back. It's a different climate in the world today. It feels like pressure's at an all-time high and just common sense is at an all-time low. We're here to talk about Remy Ma and why I think she's losing it. It's multiple reasons, but we're going to key on a few. I want to talk about what her son's going through, what she's going through or went through today allegedly, and I want to talk about what she went through with Papoose. And I feel like all of those things came to a head today. You got to think about the scrutiny she's going through in the public eye. And when we talk about this Meg thing, we know how valuable or important the court of public opinion is. But Remy Ma went to court for her son today, and the daughter of the guy that they're saying Remy's son had something to do with, but his daughter said something to Remy today. But the daughter also stated that Remy was eyeing her as if the daughter did what they're saying Remy Ma's son did. Delusion is at an all-time high, you guys. I feel like this is Remy crashing out. Let's get to it. Now, about 4 weeks ago, a month ago, we saw everything going on with Remy and her Remy and Papoose and Clarissa Shields. And the thing is, you guys, Remy isn't who she used to be. And she opened up a lot of cans of worms. And Papoose had to reply. Now, as long as I've known about Papoose, I've never known about him to be the one that likes to share secrets or household dealings. He gives me a in-house vibe, if you catch my drift. What happens in this house stays in this house. But let's check out some of the thing. Excuse me, I can't even talk. Some of the things that they were going through about a month ago.
In his personal life.
Oh,
yeah, it's elephant in the
okay.
room. Like,
Yeah.
but that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any ill will toward any women, and I don't have any ill will toward her.
Nobody shouldn't have any ill will towards me because I ain't do nothing to nobody. I look at it now, and I feel sorry for old girl. Like, I feel sorry for her. I've told Papoose. I told them, why don't you tell this stuff? Why don't you tell your current come up? Because that's what it is. Tell your current come up. Don't say nothing about me. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right?
So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. All of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated. You fabricated and you talked about my children. And I saved her life one time in music too. She was in a crisis. Papoose pen to the rescue. Anyway, so I'm writing the music. She needed somebody to book shows. I'm doing the contracts, booking the shows, setting the shows up. I'm coming to the show, I'm collecting the first end, I'm collecting the back end. Word is born, I don't take one penny, y'all.
This man ain't right 90% of anything. Like, I wish he paid 90% of the fucking bills. We probably wouldn't be here, but that's neither here nor there.
Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember, but Remy's son went through the situation like I stated before, and we're going to check out Hookah's Anonymous. He's going to sum a lot of it up, and then we're going to also talk about the situation today. Remy has to get a grip and quick. Do I think she has any career left? I don't know. It's hard to say. She was just at Rock the Bell, so, you know, you never know. But let's check out what Hookah Anonymous talks about with the son of Remy.
The fact of the matter is that I see this lady, and she's looking at me with a whole attitude. When I tell y'all ice grilling as if her son was the victim.
Remy Ma was at a court to support her son, who is currently fighting an M charge for allegedly unaliving a man back in 2021. Remy Ma's son, Jason Scott, aka Jace, who was 23 years old at the time of his arrest in 2024, was charged with first-degree M, second-degree M, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. A second suspect by the name of Richard Swigert was also arrested and charged with first-degree M. According to reports, the 47-year-old victim, Darius Gilbo, was gunned down in broad daylight when he was shot in his head and chest when the shooting occurred at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard and Springfield Gardens located in Queens, New York on June 7, 2021. Witnesses say before shots rang out, they could see Darius arguing with two other men. The rest was handled by police. The motive isn't clear as to why the shooting took place, but police says that the 47-year-old victim was amongst dozens of others who had been indicted as part of a large-scale drug trafficking ring dubbed Operation Heatwave. Now, I'm not saying they have any correlation to his passing, but it's also a possibility because we've seen many times where either drug deals go wrong, or guys get set up because of their plugs or drug affiliation, or sometimes if your name is ringing enough bells in the street, somebody will want to knock you off for whatever reason they have, and they hire hitmen to do so. Or maybe it was just a random dispute that got out of hand and led to gunshots being fired and the victim lost his life. Now, according to some reports, they claim they have surveillance footage backing up their claims of Remy Ma's son being involved, so I'm guessing that's the evidence that they have that led them to arresting
This
her
is a
son.
thing that really makes me think, you guys. Maybe there were some financial downfalls in the household to why her son was out hustling. We know Remy did some jail time, I think 7 years for a situation, and that would change a household. A month with no income can change a household. But for him to be in the streets doing what they said he was doing, that's interesting. It's very interesting. I know a lot of people that are millionaires and they still have certain street dealings, but I just feel like it's different with the eyes and ears that your mom has on her for you to be out here trying to hustle and trap. And for somebody to get caught up in this situation, it changes a lot of lives. And obviously it affects a lot of people. Hence the situation we're covering now.
Remy Ma will maintain her son's innocence as she will react to the allegations with a post of a picture of her son and captioned it saying, quote, "My baby forever, my pumpkin, my firstborn, my son. I had him when I was so young and thought I knew it all. We basically grew up together. Then there's my baby girl. I didn't birth her, but you would never know that if you look at the bond we've managed to create over the past 14 years. It wasn't always easy, but today she's one of my closest friends. I love you both so much. Always at Papoose. We didn't do too bad. Hashtag big brother and big sister. Hashtag black love. Hashtag meet the Mackies. Hashtag perfect blend. hashtag Janafi, Rem, Pat, Chanel, hashtag my family, hashtag the golden child, and hashtag Remy Ma. Sidebar, I didn't add them because I'm a hater parent. Would never co-sign any of their girls or guys, just cuz. Now everybody is innocent until proven guilty, so I guess we can't automatically point fingers at her son just because he was charged. We gotta wait until he's actually convicted, but until then he's still innocent. But however, y'all know whenever someone loses their life, it's always gonna be grief involved. Everybody handle death differently, and it's hard to tell anybody how to react to it.
This is a very touchy thing. That's why I'm choked up on words. But the thing is, you guys, you can't tell someone how to grieve when they have to go to a graveyard to visit their loved one, while you get to see your loved one in the physical, but only behind bars. You can't tell a person how to grieve. And I really gotta say this, but Remy was wrong, dead wrong. For one, you're too old to still be on that street girl old Remy timing. You're too old. You're a mother that could be a grandmother. You gotta have more poise in a situation like this. If the tables were turned and a shoe was on the other foot, I could guarantee you it might be worse if Remy was in this young girl's position and that young girl was side-eyeing Remy and doing all these things allegedly. I think it'd be worse. But keep in mind, you can't tell a person how to grieve, especially when they're triggered by the sight of the person that made this other person. You got to keep that in mind.
Now, while Remy Ma was trying to support her son in court, she would be met by a grieving daughter of the victim who had some words for her in front of the courthouse.
Turn around.
Like your mother's ugly?
Turn around.
Like your mother's
Turn around.
ugly?
You can do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
It's just fake. Watch.
Yeah, okay. We could test her right now. Right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly, bitch. You wasn't. But you wasn't. But you wasn't. But you wasn't. Same here. You see what's up? Same here. You see what's up? Oh, okay. Trying to beat you up too. Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go around.
According to the daughter, who goes by the handle Jasmine Dior, she would accuse Remy Ma of glaring at her with an attitude kind of look, stating that Remy Ma is acting like she did something to her. Basically saying that she doesn't know why she's giving her funny looks when her father is in fact the victim in this case.
So yeah, this ragged for me, like, girl, like you would have thought I did something to you. Realistically, I can never speak to my father again. I can never hug him. I can never kiss him. I can never say nothing else to him. You can see your son. You can speak to him. You can hug on him. You can say whatever. The fact of the matter is that I see this lady and she's looking at me with a whole attitude. When I tell y'all ice grilling as if her son was the victim. Like, miss, where's your remorse? Like, where's your sorriness? Where's your sadness? Like, at the end of the day, I don't care what I go through with nobody. I would never want to see nobody die. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, bitch, nobody did nothing to you, you gremlin. And you really acting like you mad about something. Ice grilling somebody. Ugly. Then you acting tough in front of a courthouse. Like, we're gonna go to jail. You've been to jail before. I'm sure you don't want to go back. Like, what are we doing here? Come around the corner.
To really be going through what you're going through, and you're talking about ugly, you're talking about fake this, you're talking about this and that, we're going to have a battle of the BBLs over material things. So is this about materialistic things or appearances and opinions, or is it about the situation at hand? All of these things that are being said in this confrontation are really irrelevant to the situation. So at the end of the day, it's like, what are we talking about here?
Now, she took to her IG and posted a screenshot during the altercation and captioned it saying, quote, "Hiding behind your lawyer, add B-word. The nerve of this gremlin to be acting like somebody did something to her when that drug addict's son is the one you should be mad at. Ugly, add B-word. You been to jail, right? So why you acting like fighting in front of the courts is cool? Laughing my butt off, you're a clown. You thought this was a bum B word you was gonna come across? Nah, they don't call me Big Jazz for no reason. Really that girl and you are mad. There was no telling if the daughter have any affiliation with the son, but she did call him a drug addict, in which maybe she knows something that we don't know. I'm pretty sure that maybe the family know more to the story than the public knows, because y'all know the news don't really know anything, and neither does the police. They only know what you tell them, and a lot of times things that happen in the street, if it's street related, it doesn't get back to the news. They just gonna have to do their own investigation and come up with their own motive. Now, aside from that, I don't know, but Remy Ma haven't been having the best 2025. It's like every time we see her in the headlines, it's never for anything positive. We seen her have the fallout on social media with her ex-husband, or I guess ex-husband to be, Papoose, but it seemed like he progressed and still having fun with his girl as they're doing the things that they like to do.
Like I said before, you can't tell a person how to grieve. And Shorty's right. You can go see your son. I can't see my dad. For them to have a battle of the BBLs on a courtroom or the courthouse stairs, it was very immature on both parts. I can see Remy being over entitled and treating the situation as if it was in reverse. I can really see that sense of entitlement. It annoys me that these women calling each other ugly and this and that, they both got lashes and all these superficial things on them. They chose this situation and this day to go in on each other over entitlement. Over entitlement. I feel like both parties should have really handled this differently. For one, you're in the public's eye. We are already judged. And that, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna even get into the until proven innocent thing, but we know how we're looked at. Remy already has a jacket on her. This was not a good move. She's been crashing out online, on Papoose, Clarissa Shields, now this woman. You gotta make it make sense. Anyway, like the video, I'm out. Peace.